Guys, I know a lot of the stuff that I say can seem callous. It can seem like I don't have any tact. It can seem like I'm just being an ass sometimes. And I try my best not to be just overly mean for no reason. But in my eyes and the way that I see things, I see that there's something wrong with this world. There's something wrong with our society when it seems like we get up in arms about everything. We get in arms about bad customer service. We get up in arms about, people making blunders in the political world. You know what I'm saying? Like with what's the dude's name? Our vice president Pence had the fly on his head. That was like a million memes made about that. It's just, we talk about, all of these celebrities, all of this stuff that I just don't think matters as much. It's funny, it's entertaining, but I think that stuff dominates our headlines too much. What do y'all think about that? We're live right now. If y'all would do me a favor and click that thumbs up, help share our stream, let other people know that we're live. Very simple thing y'all can do to show some love is just to click that thumbs up. I think that we show absolutely too much attention to everything else, and we forget about our babies. Can we get a hashtag Babies Lives Matter, hashtag BLM, Babies Lives Matter? Because I believe that with as many kids that are being murdered and killed and beaten and shot and ran over and drowned and choked and thrown out of windows and starved and forgotten about. Let me say that again. For our babies that are forgotten about in the Child Protective Services system, in the DHS system, for all the foster kids out there. My parents were foster parents to a lot of foster kids, even before I was born. And to just think that there's so many kids out there that need homes, that need guidance, that need parents, that need love. Some of the simplest things in life that we just we just take for granted. For the life of me, it just seems like a weird thing, the fact that we have so many kids in America, we have so many homeless people in America, and we continue to keep saying that we need to open our borders and just let anybody and everybody come into America and take advantage of our benefits, which means that our citizens and our people are going to lose out on things that we need, right? We continue to keep having all these babies for the benefits that they can collect from these kids. Hashtag babies for benefits. Because a lot of these people only have 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 kids because they're collecting something from it. They're collecting benefits from these kids. They get housing, they get food stamps, they get so many different things. They get child support, right? Oh, I know like people like to play both sides of the fence of that child support game. Like it don't matter, but it do, because you be hounding a dude about some child support that you so-called don't need, right? I don't know how you can ride both sides of that fence, but I digress. But it seems like we are having too many kids for all the wrong reasons. We're having kids by multiple people. As men, we're having kids by all these different women when we should keep our junk in our pants until we are ready to be fathers. And that includes me as well, because I've been down that road. And I think that the best person to speak from that perspective is somebody who's done it, who's lived it. You heard me? Can I get an amen in the chat? Can I get a hello? The best person to speak against the wrong that's going on in the world is usually people who have come from that. The people who have done wrong. The people who need to pay their debt back to society. Somebody like myself. Because I'm not perfect. I am not a great guy. I am a decent guy trying to be a good guy in hopes of becoming a great guy at some point before my life is over. Hopefully everybody understands where I'm coming from. I look at these stories like this, and I want y'all to hear how insane this story is. And I want y'all to also understand this. Both of these stories, and we're doing 2 stories tonight, both of these stories are very, very similar. Very similar. spilling stuff all over the place. Both of these stories involve mom's boyfriend. How many times this year or even this month are we going to continue to keep preaching the same message? Matter of fact, like, if people hear these stories and they watch these videos, how is it that they can't make a change in their life like today? Like, why? Like, if you see there is something that is going wrong and something that seems to be dangerous, why would we continue to keep doing it? Right? If you know that there's sharks swimming in a particular pond, then why would you stick your arm in that pond? If you know that the thug lion is a dangerous lion, then why would you stick your hand in the lion cage and then get mad that the lion didn't maul your hand off? Or you done stuck your kid inside of the lion's cage and wonder why this lion didn't ate half your kid's face off. But I guess common sense ain't really common no more. But there is a Missouri man who allegedly opened fire on his girlfriend and her 3 children. Let me say that again. There is a grown man who allegedly opened fire on his girlfriend and 3 children, killing her and her 6-year-old daughter because the apartment was unkept. The apartment was dirty. It was unclean. That guy who has unclean hair, unclean face, unclean shave, he just looks dirty. And this is the man that has nerve enough to get mad about an apartment being dirty when you look dirty, sir? Where are they finding these dudes at? Like, maybe some ladies in the chat can explain to me, where do you find a dude like this who be willing to kill his entire family, his girlfriend and her kids, because of a dirty apartment, rather than just clean it up? Or how about you just kick them out? Is kicking them out not an option? Is walking away not an option? They had to die. Let me explain this. The individual who we're going to talk about, I don't even want to call him a man. This individual, his name is Joseph Jones, who was 40 damn years old. 40 years old, and he was charged Sunday with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the Saturday shooting deaths of the mother. We get her face up here. This woman, her name is Bernadetta Cooper. Bernadetta Cooper is also 40 years old. 2 40-year-olds. The daughter that passed away of hers was Dorian Bryant, who was 6 years old. I don't know if I have a picture of that little girl, but that's not even the big point right now. The point is just to say that this dude is a thug. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Can y'all put that in the chat, please? Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. This is what could potentially happen. And I continue to keep saying this. There's a reason why I call him a thug, because I have his criminal record pulled up here. But this happened at the Shannon Fox Apartments in Jennings, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch reported. Not my words. Joseph Jones also allegedly shot Cooper's 10-year-old and 16-year-old daughters, who suffered a graze wound and a bullet to the shoulder, respectively, but survived the attack. So he was literally trying to kill everybody in that house. Cooper's father, William Wayne, and other relatives told the news the fatal confrontation started early Saturday when Joseph Jones, who was the woman's boyfriend of 8 months and lived with the family, got upset that the residence was a wreck. The apartment was dirty. There is so much wrong with that. I'm gonna read this again. Relatives confirmed that the fatal confrontation started early Saturday when Joseph Jones, who was the woman's boyfriend of 8 months and lived with the family, got upset that the residence was a wreck. Let's break that little sentence down. First and foremost, you are both 40 years old and dating at 40 years old. 40 years old and dating. So that means when this mother had her youngest kid, she was what, 34, roughly? 34 years old. And I'm just like, if you've only been with him for 8 months, then I don't really know what you've been doing this entire time. And I guess I feel like, and maybe like I said, maybe I just don't get out enough. I would think that if you have this many kids, that you'd be thinking about trying to find a husband. At this point, at 40 years old, you can't say that this woman was young. You can't say that she was young and dumb. She made a mistake. She's did no better. You can't say any of that. She's old enough to know better. Do a background check. I wouldn't, like, I know I get in trouble when I say that's too old to be dating because you'll have people that'll challenge me on that. I get it. I'm 37. I'm still out there looking for love my damn self, right? But I'm just saying, like, you are bringing your children into these situations that they can't speak for themselves. They can't defend themselves. And what makes it even more egregious, I think you could date at 40 years old. I don't see anything wrong with that to an extent. But the fact that this dude has a criminal history, I think that makes a difference. Can we agree to that? He's a thug, and that makes the difference. You are 40 years old, still dating thugs. Relatives told the news station that they believe Joseph Jones, who police say used a 9mm semi-automatic pistol and a .40 caliber semi-automatic in the slings that killed Cooper first and then took aim at that woman's children. What do y'all want to bet? None of those kids are his. I'm going to say something that's probably going to make the family mad. Because if y'all are here to just listen to the news, then I'm sorry. This ain't a news station. I'm not a news reporter. You're in the wrong place. You're here to listen to my commentary. If that ain't what you want to hear, then I get it. Then you're probably in the wrong place. I'm going to say something that might not sit well with y'all sensibilities. Y'all ready for this? It's funny how this thug boyfriend of this 40-year-old woman, so she was probably 39, 40 years old when she got with this dude. And she gave this dude more access to her kids than she had by other dudes. More than likely, it was probably more. It was probably at least 2 dudes. I'm sure it wasn't just one. I'm assuming it was probably at least 2, if not more. He had more unfettered, unmolested access to these kids than the fathers had. He was probably around those kids and saw those kids more than the biological fathers did. And that's just the sad truth. What a lot of women do is they get in their goddamn feelings because they feel like these children are their possessions. They don't feel like these children are human beings. They don't feel like these children have their own thoughts, their own feelings, their own mind, their own destiny. They feel like what I want you to do, that's what you should do. This is what you should think, and this is how you should be. They feel like they just control these kids just because they gave birth to them. But what's messed up about that is if you don't have the seed of a man, then you make no kids. So if men don't give you their seed, then what do you have? It's a two-way street. And I don't understand why we feel like fathers need to be second-class citizens and they can't be a part of their kids' life. I don't understand how you can end up. I'm trying not to make no jokes about this woman, but she don't look 40 years old. She don't. I'm sorry, she don't. She looks like she's a grandmother, like she's 60. I'm sorry. I know it's some people that's gonna probably be like, they gonna kick my ass for saying that, but I'm sorry. It's just the truth. That's just what I see. But after all this time, you couldn't settle down with none of the men you made all these kids by. And in the last time that you had a kid, which was 6 years ago, you had 6 years to find a husband and did not. But the next man you get with is a thug that end up trying to kill you and your kids because of a dirty apartment. How, Sway? How? Somebody please tell me where the logic is in that. Can we get a hashtag stupid is as stupid thugs? We're going to bring back some of these hashtags. Excuse me. Let me see. How many people are in the building right now? Because I do not know. I need to check real quick. 534 people. Not too bad. But we have 192 thumbs up. Our goal is 400 thumbs up. If you guys would, please click the thumbs up. Share the stream because we do not have enough thumbs up. Please. Please click the thumbs up. Did the daddies try to be in their kids' lives? Well, look. All I'm just saying, Steph M., is you have potentially three different baby dads. When you have 3 and 4 and 5 baby dads, at what point do you start pointing the finger at yourself? Not you, but as a woman who has multiple baby daddies. As a woman who has multiple baby daddies, and the only way that those men can impregnate those women is if those women allow it, because these women have a great power. Most of the women in my chat understand that they have a great power, they have a great gift. And they understand that no man can do with that woman what a woman will not allow that man to do, because that woman has power, right? So how is it that you can have multiple baby dads, but always point the finger back at the dad and say, well, he didn't want to be in his kid's life? Well, damn. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times? Really? At some point, you have to point the finger at yourself. I believe in being held accountable and being held responsible. That's why I'm not a victim. No situation that I'm in, I point the finger at myself. What could Jay have done different? What could Jay have done better? Why did Jay get himself in this situation? Right? Be accountable. Be accountable. Now let's keep going. Matter of fact, somebody said they sent a donation. I think that was Miss Nisi. Oh Lord, yes she did. Miss Nisi, are you still in the chat? I think I see yours. Yes, you did. Wow. Where are you at, Miss Nisi? Are you still there, sweetie? And let me know if you want me to read the amount of your donation, because if you don't, then I'll refrain from reading it. No, that woman, I saw what you wrote in the chat there, Ayana. No, that woman is the same woman. I definitely got all of these pictures correct. Definitely got all these pictures correct. But Miss Nisi, I know I missed you earlier. I'm gonna read it again if I see you pop back up in the chat. But Miss Nisi sent in a hell of a donation in PayPal and said hashtag for the babies with the purple and gold hearts. And I love that. So Miss Nisi, if you're listening, I want to say thank you very much. Thank you so much. I don't know if you want me to read the amount, but if you do, let me know. If you don't, let me know, and I'll refrain from doing it. But yeah, let's keep going. This dude shot them with 2 different guns. Wayne said that one of Cooper's daughters fought back during the onslaught and potentially saved the lives of one of her sisters, saying that the girl had the same spirit as her mother, who was also known as Chastity, the news reported. Chastity was a fighter, Wayne said. Wayne says he believes Cooper was suffering from mental illness. There's that word again, mental illness. Was suffering from mental illness at the time of the quadruple shooting. So Miss Niecy, I will say Miss Niecy sent in a $100 PayPal donation. So Miss Niecy, if you are listening, I want to say thank you so much for finding it in your heart and in your budget. And I'm just truly honored, and I love those purple and gold hearts every time I see it pop up, and I'm truly honored. Thank you so much, Miss Niecy, if you're listening. And if anybody else wants to contribute to our cause and to our platform, the links are in the description box. Like I always tell people, just donate what you can in your heart and in your budget. Like you don't have to go crazy with it or anything like that. But if you want to contribute, then there are links to where you can, so we can continue to keep doing what we do, repping for our babies. I've talked about this before, and we've talked about this mental illness. I know y'all felt like I was being harsh on the women, saying that, yeah, maybe these women that were killing the kids were going through something. They was emotionally distraught. They had always had mental issues. Well, here's another thing about this. I don't believe in mental illness being an excuse to kill people. Just because you're mentally ill does not give you the excuse to kill anybody. We have somebody in the chat, I'm not going to even say your name out of respect for you, said, I'm mentally ill and I've never harmed my children. We actually have a channel member who also has who suffers from some mental illness that has never harmed her children. But I believe that if your mental illness poses a danger, please understand, if it poses a danger, then the people who pose a danger to their kids should not be around those kids, let alone a woman allowing a man who has mental issues and a criminal history to be around her kids. Because that means she just gave her kids a death sentence. That's the truth about it. He smoked a cigarette on the living room couch after the deadly gunfire, Wayne and other relatives told the station. He was sick at the time. He was insane. He was possessed by the devil to do something like that. Who can take a baby's life? Wayne said he was heartbroken over the loss of his granddaughter, whom he affectionately referred to as Pig. Pig, she was a wonderful child. She was innocent. That's the angriest I am with him because he took my pig away from me. Pig was so sweet. Police believe Cooper's 10-year-old daughter called the cops after the shooting. One of Cooper's daughters, meanwhile, underwent surgery on Sunday, and Jones was convicted. And I want y'all to hear this. This is his criminal history. Let me get his thug picture back up on this screen. Where is it at? Right here. Joseph Jones was convicted of possessing a firearm during a drug trafficking offense in 1999. Convicted. He also pled guilty in 2019, 20 years later, actually, to being a felon in possession of a firearm, according to the Post-Dispatch. Jones, who was also charged with first-degree assault, armed criminal action, and unlawful possession of a firearm, was ordered to be held by a judge on a $1 million cash-only bail, and I think that sounds about right. Hashtag, when you date thugs, you date death. Hashtag, live by the thug, die by the thug. Let's give the fair usage. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, I'm going to show you guys a couple of news clips. If y'all would, please click that thumbs up while you're here. Our goal is 400 thumbs up. Really easy to get there. Just look down at your phone and click that thumbs up real quick. Only takes a second. Thank you. Let's get it.
St. Louis County Police say Joseph Jones shot Bernadetta Cooper and her 6-year-old daughter Dorian yesterday. He also shot, they say, a 10-year-old and 16-year-old. They are recovering. Police say Jones used 2 guns in the shooting, and he wasn't supposed to have either one of them.
This next video.
Wish I would have did anything to save her.
She's just 24 years old, but she already has a lifetime of pain. Bethany Tyler's mother and 6-year-old sister were shot to death. 2 other sisters were shot and survived. Good evening, I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Casey Nolan. Police say Joseph Jones opened fire on the mother and her children in his Jennings apartment. Justina Coronel spoke to the daughter and sister of the victims. She joins us live now outside the St. Louis County Jail, where Jones is behind bars.
Yeah, Casey, I spoke to the victim's daughter today, and she says she wasn't expecting this at all. She thought her mom was happy, and she tells me that she's shocked that someone could do something so horrible to her family.
My mom was the best person alive.
Bethany Tyler is the oldest daughter of Bernadette Chastity Cooper.
My mom didn't deserve to die like that, and my little sister didn't deserve to die like that.
Tyler says her mom was her best friend, and her 6-year-old sister, Dorian, was mom's twin.
They acted just alike, always smiling, dancing, and happy.
But Tyler is now in disbelief that these two filled with so much life have died.
I didn't think that this man would go as this far doing this to my mom.
Around 1:30 Saturday, police responded to a shooting on Shannon Fox Circle. Family members say a confrontation started when Cooper's boyfriend, Joseph Jones, was angry the home wasn't tidy. Family members believe Cooper was killed and say Jones then allegedly aimed at her 3 children.
Just to clarify, I read this in the story that is saying 2 different things. One article said it was his apartment. The other article said that he was living with her. So I don't know which one is true. I honestly don't know.
I knew that they got into it, but what couple don't get into it?
Tyler learned from her mom's co-workers there were signs of abuse, and threats like these were said.
If you leave me, I'm going to hurt you.
Jessica Woolbright, the executive director of St. Martha's Hall, explains many victims stay for different reasons. But what's common among these situations? Abusers thrive on power and control. And with COVID-19, isolation is empowering abusers even more.
We see the use of physical violence escalate when other tactics stop working or when the abuser for some reason feels out of control.
As Tyler tries to take this all in, her focus shifts to taking her little sisters who survived under her wing and to give others this message.
I say get out.
So no one has to say goodbye too soon to their loved ones.
I didn't think my mom was going to be gone. You just never know. Call, talk to someone.
Jones is being held in a $1 million cash bond. Now, as for other survivors, there are resources, agencies, services, and people who want to help you and your family. I'm told that the most successful survivors are the ones who have a plan. If you call an agency, an advocate will help you create a safety plan that fits best for you and your situation. Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
Angry Man, I do agree with you about the whole mask thing. It's like either have it on, take it off. I think we're all confused about these masks and stuff. While you guys are here, I can see all the people in the chat typing. If y'all would, let me know if you guys click that thumbs up. Just type in a yes, I did, or type in yes, or hit the thumbs up in the chat. Let me know if you guys have already clicked that thumbs up for me, if you would, please. All right, got a couple more videos. Let's keep going before we start with story number 2. Because we're doing 2 stories tonight.
/Ozzy.
Jennings man now is charged with killing his girlfriend and her young daughter. 40-year-old Joseph Jones is jailed on a $1 million cash-only bond. He's charged with first-degree murder in the deaths of Bernadette Cooper and her 6-year-old daughter. Police say Cooper's 2 other daughters were also shot and injured. Investigators say the suspect shot the victims yesterday afternoon at the Shannon Fox Apartments in Jennings. He was arrested at the scene.
Okay, thank you guys for doing that. Appreciate that.
Police say they also recovered 2 guns that were used in the killings. Jones was previously convicted on weapons and drug charges. Bernadette Cooper's family members say her killing is an act of domestic violence, and according to the local group Safe Connections, domestic violence has been on the rise during the coronavirus pandemic. That is why they want everyone to know there is help available.
they are not alone. And they can always, always call our 24-hour crisis helpline, and we can engage with safety planning with them. If they're in a situation that where their life is in danger, we can get them out of that situation. All our services are free to those we serve.
That's right. Help is out there. The Safe Connections helpline number is 314-531-2003. Again, it is answered 24 hours a day. You can also find this information at KMOV.com. And
so there's that help number. If you guys ever need it, it's right there on the screen. Just rewind the video so you can get that number if you know somebody that needs it or if you guys need it. If you're in a violent situation, I'd say if you're in a violent situation, you might want to call that number. Call somebody. Call Ghostbusters. You better do something, because when you date thugs, you date death, and bad shit is just going to happen. Let's keep going.
On the KMOV News.
Here's the next video.
A woman and her 6-year-old daughter shot and killed in Jennings. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday night. I'm Chris Nagus. The woman's other 2 daughters were also wounded. Police found the victims at the Shannon Fox Apartments. That is north of Jennings Station Road, and that happened this afternoon. News 4's...
And thank you guys for clicking that thumbs up. We're still a little bit short. We're at 300 thumbs up. We need 100 more people to click that thumbs up. If you would, please. Just 100 more people. We got enough people here to do it.
Ray Preston spoke to investigators and has new information about the shootings.
Family members gathered outside the apartment to console each other and deal with the shock of what happened. What appears to be a case of domestic violence turned deadly. Police say a 40...
I got to take a pause real quick. I think I seen that. Is that you, Candy Cox? No. Ooh, wow. Where is Melly at in the chat? Is Melly still in the chat? Where is Melly? Let me see. Control find Melly. I got to find Melly. There's Melly. Melly, I'm going to give you a moderator status. Whenever you guys donate a large amount of money, like if you send 100 or something like that, I will definitely make sure and give you guys moderator status if you just happen to donate that kind of money. I think like if you donate between 50, 75 or 100, I think I can go ahead and moderate you. But if you do 100, I'll let you keep that rich. But if you are listening, Melly C, who is one of our new channel members, just sent in a Cash App and said, thank you for your contribution to society. I got to tell you, first of all, thank you for finding it in your budget. Thank you for finding it in your heart to be a part of what we're doing together. And I want you guys to understand, this is not just something we do just on the internet. Every day we have an opportunity to make a difference in some kid's life. When we see somebody beating up a kid, when we see somebody try to steal a kid and kidnap a kid, when we see somebody doing bad stuff to kids, we have an opportunity every day to call the National Child Abuse Hotline, which is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a quick Google search, but every day we get an opportunity to make a difference, whether you want to be a counselor, whether you want to be a part of the foster care system, or even just be a good parent in your own household. Don't spank your children. That's a great place to start. I don't believe in spanking. I'm black. I come from a family lineage that we used to spank. There's a lot of different things that you could do to make your children's lives so much better. So much better. And there's many, many ways you can do that. So you sent it. I'm going to check it right now, because I don't think it showed up just yet. Let me see if I can find you real quick.
40-year-old woman was shot to death. Her 16-year-old daughter shot in the shoulder. The 10-year-old had a graze wound. The youngest daughter also a shooting victim.
The 6-year-old suffered multiple gunshot wounds. She was transferred to a local hospital and pronounced deceased shortly thereafter.
Police say the woman's boyfriend was in the apartment and taken into custody as a person of interest.
Officers responded to the area. They didn't have a great idea of where the immediate scene was. They heard screaming and just started going towards the screaming. Shortly thereafter, they were able to identify the apartment that this took place at. The person of interest was present on scene, and again, that individual is a 40-year-old male. He was taken into custody without incident.
Police say the apartment is listed in the boyfriend's name, but it's not clear if they all live together.
So there it is. It's in his name. That's what I heard. Do you have a monthly support payment plan? Actually, yes, I do. To answer Patty Pierce's question, Patreon allows people to do that, which is why some of the people in the chat actually have wrenches as well. So Patreon is a link that's in the description box that allows you to do it for a small monthly fee or whatever it is that you want to contribute monthly. You can do Patreon, and I think that the channel membership, which is in the chat, also allows you to pay, like if you want to do like I think 3 months or so or 6 months or something like that, but you could do that in advance as well. So hopefully that answers your question. Let me give a shout out real quick. I think this is Candy Cox who sent in a PayPal and said, thank you for all that you do. So Candy Cox, if you're listening, I did get yours in PayPal, and I want to say thank you very much. So appreciate that. All right, let's keep going.
The St. Louis County prosecutor was briefed by investigators on the scene.
It's just horrible. It's just terrible, these kind of facts. And, you know, again, in this business, little that we get to do is ever good, but it's just that much worse when it involves children.
Granda also reminded people that if you are in a violent or potentially violent relationship, help is available. He encouraged people to reach out.
There are many services available. The St. Louis County Police Department has a domestic violence unit. We've got the adult abuse office in Clayton, as well as victim advocacy services. Please take advantage of those services. These things can and will escalate to what we have unfortunately seen today.
Most importantly, we need the community to come from behind the windows and let us know exactly what's happening. If they know that things are going on in houses that's next to them, they are the ones that are going to help us to curb this.
Police say they don't.
You asked, how do I deal with a child who has special needs? Well, that's the thing about it. It's literally in the title. Special needs. And special needs children need special attention. They need special care. But I don't believe in being physical as far as punishment or discipline with any kid, even if they're special needs. Because if they're special needs, then that probably means that they aren't able to grasp the concept of why you are being physical with them. So that's at least a start. But I'm definitely not an expert in that. I know it's not, that's nothing I've ever really been around. I've never really been around special needs kids, so I couldn't actually answer that question for you. But I could at least share my logic with you and just say that if they are special needs, then they probably don't really understand it, and we definitely shouldn't be physical with them either.
Don't believe the victims were the biological children of the boyfriend. In Jennings, Ray Preston, News 4.
And yes, that was their mayor. I'm going to hold my joke on that one. I'm going to hold my mule on that joke. I didn't skip that on the mayor. I just chose not to say nothing. But let's keep going.
I just wish I would have did anything to save her.
She's just 24 years old, but she already has a lifetime of pain. Bethany Tyler's mother and 6-year-old sister were shot to death. 2 other sisters were shot and survived. Good evening, I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Casey Nolan. Police say Joseph Jones opened fire on the mother and her children in his Jennings apartment. Justina Coronel spoke to the daughter and sister of the victims. She joins us live now outside the St. Louis County Jail.
I like what Barbara said. Barbara said, with a special needs kid, you just love them like a normal child. It's that simple. So I like what Barbara said. I like that. Sassy Vermont mom says, I have 2 special needs sons. You can get behavioral help from local mental health and school IEP. So hopefully you heard that. To the person that asked that question earlier, who was that? Shake Strawberry. So Shake Strawberry, Sassy Vermont mom 2009 gave you a little bit of information right there. You can get behavioral help from local mental health and school IEP. So hopefully that helps you out just a little bit. But that's why we got the chat here. That's why we're like a big family here. And you guys can chat amongst yourselves in the chat. If you see somebody to ask a question, if you know the answer, you can absolutely give them the answer if you feel like you know it. But let's keep going.
Jones is behind bars.
Yeah, Casey, I spoke to the victim's daughter today, and she says she wasn't expecting this at all. She thought her mom was happy, and she tells me that she's shocked that someone could do something so horrible to her family.
My mom was the best person alive.
Bethany Tyler is the oldest daughter of Bernadette Chastity Cooper.
My mom didn't deserve to die like that, and my little sister didn't deserve to die like that.
Tyler says her mom was her best friend, and her 6-year-old sister, Dorian, was mom's twin.
They acted just alike, always smiling, dancing, and happy.
But Tyler is now in disbelief that these two filled with so much life have died.
I didn't think that this man would go as this far doing this to my mom.
Around 1:30.
I'm going to address what this woman just said. Let me back this up. I'm going to address what she just said.
But Tyler is now in disbelief that these two filled with so much life have died.
I didn't think that this man would go as this far doing this to my mom.
She didn't think that this man would go this far to doing this to her mom when he has charges from 1999 and charges from 2019. All it would have taken was a simple background check to find out that this dude is not a reputable person. It wouldn't have taken that much work to find out that this is probably not the type of man you should have around your kids. But a lot of times, what a lot of these women do, and I know it's not all, but it's too many of them that end up in my stories, what they tend to do is they put their personal pleasures, they make that a priority before they think about their children. Isn't that something? Yeah, sorry about that, Candy Cox. I'm not sure if you heard me read that out. I read it out a few times to try to catch you, so I apologize. But Candy Cox, I did get your donation in the PayPal, and I wanted to say thank you very much for that. But I see you're in the chat now, so hopefully you heard me that time. I definitely want to make sure and shout you out for sure. I am absolutely honored and want to shout you out. So thank you, Candy Cox. Salute. Appreciate that.
Around 1:30 Saturday, police responded to a shooting on Shannon Fox Circle. Family members say a confrontation started when Cooper's boyfriend, Joseph Jones, was angry the home wasn't tidy. Family members believe Cooper was killed and say Jones then allegedly aimed at her 3 children.
I knew that they got into it, but what couple don't get into it?
Tyler learned from her mom's co-workers there were signs of abuse, and threats like these were said.
If you leave me, I'm going to hurt you.
Jessica Woolbright, the executive director of St. Martha's Hall, explains many victims stay for different reasons. But
let me ask this real quick. How do we have so many people watching, but we're not getting anybody to click that thumbs up? If y'all would, please click that thumbs up. We were trying to reach a goal of 400 thumbs up, which means we only need 47 people to click it. And we've got more than double the amount of people to be able to get that in here. So if y'all would, take a moment, because we're talking about 2 stories tonight, and we're going to talk about one right after this one. So make sure you guys click that thumbs up. Thank you to everybody who's already done so. But just remind people when they come into the chat, make sure you guys click that thumbs up. Help us out, okay? Thank you. Let's keep going.
what's common among these situations, abusers thrive on power and control.
Stephanie actually, or I said Stephanie like I know you like that. Sorry. Steph M said, why didn't he just kick them out? Didn't the apartment belong to him? And I agree. That's what I was saying. Like, if it's his apartment, if they kept this place nasty and cluttered and in a way that he didn't want, why didn't he just put them out? Why did they have to die over dirty apartments? That's not mental illness. That's just a bad choice. If it's your apartment, put them out or get them evicted. Like, why kill them? Like, why kill all the kids? Why kill your girlfriend? Like, I don't understand that. Like, that's just a childish mentality. People who do stuff like that are just childish and dumb, and they're selfish. That's it. He don't need jail. He needs to go to hell. How about that? Yep.
Were said.
If you leave me, I'm going to hurt you.
Jessica Woolbright, the executive director of St. Martha's Hall, explains many victims stay for different reasons. But what's common among
said maybe you're a victim blaming a woman who was involved with domestic violence. Well, I got to tell you this. A woman who has 4 kids and 40 years old should know the difference between a dude that is a good man and a dude that ain't shit. And if you don't know by the time you're fucking 40 years old, then I'm sorry, then you get what you get. Hashtag live by the thug, die by the thug. So that's my response to you. Post the most stupid stuff in my chat, and I'm going to probably block you. So I'm just saying, you got to stop making excuses for people. Because the older you get, you're going to say, well, she was too old. The younger they are, you're going to say they're too young. At what point do you start holding people accountable for making bad choices? Huh? At what point? Why is it that we have all these ladies in my chat and all these ladies understand where I'm coming from? Hello? All the ladies in my chat and some of the fellas understand, but I really like the fact that the ladies are able to grasp this message because it applies to them. Because women are followers. They know that other women will follow them. So if my ladies are being leaders in my chat, then that means they're going to be leaders in their family, in their communities, in their cities. They're going to lead by example, and they're going to realize, and they're going to call those other ladies out and say, ma'am, you're making a bad choice. You're making a bad choice. And the more that ladies start to hold ladies accountable, that's when we can start to make some real progress. I feel like we can get so much better, but we got to do it together. Now, let's keep going.
These situations, abusers thrive on power and control. And with COVID-19,
matter of fact, if you ladies understand where I'm coming from, if you are a female, if you are a lady in my chat, what's up, Lanisha? If you are a lady in my chat and you understand the message that I'm preaching out there right now, feel free to tell them in the chat, because apparently we got some people that don't quite understand. We got some people in the chat right now that apparently believe that women are infallible. Women can do no wrong. There is nothing on earth. A woman could break a 2-year-old's neck and that woman is never going to be wrong. It's always some excuse for it. No, no, no. We got women in my chat that say that shit is wrong and that shit is going to stop. We're going to represent our babies. We are the life givers. We are the procreators. We are Mother Earth. That's what my ladies are saying. And we're not going to stand for these ladies to continue to put a stain on our name. It's just like with us. We hold fellas accountable. We tell fellas, hey, look, man, hold on to your seed. Start being more responsible with your dick. My ladies in the chat are saying be more responsible with your ovaries. It's a very simple concept. That way we hold everybody accountable. It's very simple. Shout out to the ladies in my chat. Let's keep going.
isolation is empowering abusers even more.
We see the use of physical violence escalate when other tactics stop working or when the abuser for some reason feels out of control.
As Tyler tries to take this all in, her focus shifts to taking her little sisters who survived under her wing and to give others this message.
I say get out.
So no one has to say goodbye too soon to their loved ones.
I didn't think my mom was gonna be gone. You just never know. Call, talk to someone.
Jones is being held in a $1 million cash bond. Now, as for other survivors, there are resources, agencies, services, and people who want to help you and your family. I'm told that the most successful survivors are the ones who have a plan. If you call an agency, an advocate will help you create a safety plan that fits best for you and your situation.
I'm just saying, if you're 40 years old, when do we start? I'm just asking a question. At what age do you start holding people accountable? I don't know.
Charged following a shooting that killed a mother and her young daughter.
2 more daughters also suffered gunshot wounds. The shooting happened yesterday in Jennings. Fox 2's Sarah Barker live with a look at the arrest and the case here.
That brother came on the mic all aggressive.
Yeah, in just the last few hours, St. Louis County Police Department announced that charges have been filed against that 40-year-old suspect, Joseph Jones, and that he's being held in St. Louis County Jail on a $1 million cash-only bond. Now, here's a look at video from the scene when this all unfolded yesterday afternoon. Joseph Jones is suspected of shooting and killing his girlfriend and her 6-year-old daughter inside an apartment on Shannon Fox Circle in Jennings. He's also accused of shooting 2 other children who are still recovering in the hospital. The probable cause statement says Jones used 2 pistols that he unlawfully possessed, which he is facing charges for. Now he's also facing 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of first-degree assault, and 4 counts of armed criminal action. Now the St. Louis County Police Department and community members are urging people to take action if they're involved in any sort of domestic violence situation.
My advice for any woman that may be going through a domestic violence relationship is to not be afraid to speak out on it and to seek help and get out as soon as possible.
If you or any of your loved ones are victims of domestic violence, there are many services available. The St. Louis County Police Department has a domestic violence unit. We've got the Adult Abuse Office in Clayton, as well as victim advocacy services. Please take advantage of those services. These things can and will escalate to what we have unfortunately seen.
And St. Louis County Police Department detectives are still investigating this double homicide and quadruple shooting. Live in Jennings, Zara Barker, Fox 2 News.
Now here's where I got to do the hard part of my job, and I got to be honest with you guys. But we're going to do a story right after this, so guys, make sure you don't go anywhere. Make sure you click that thumbs up. We got another story right after this we have to do. But here's what people come for. They want to hear what I have to say. They want to hear my thoughts. They didn't want me to give my commentary on this. So I'm going to do that. For this woman to be 40 years old and for people to still say that she didn't know no better and she was trapped and she got into the situation that she didn't know how to get out of at 40 years old. Maybe if you just started dating at 16, 17, 18 years old, maybe if you just turned 21, maybe I could understand if you're young and dumb and full of, you know what they say, right? I get how an older person might be able to manipulate your mind, manipulate your spirit. But for you to have this many children that range in the age of 16 all the way down to 6, to have that many kids and you are 40 years old. But let me throw something else out there, and I know this is going to piss some people off, but just hear what I am saying. We claim that our sisters are the most educated. Uh-oh, am I going there? Am I taking a Tommy Sotomayor point? Yes, I am. Shout out to Tommy, by the way. That's going to always be my brother. I don't care who don't like it. It's funny how we talk about how our sisters are supposed to be the most educated. And you know what? I will agree with you, even though it's the most enrolled, but let's just give them the most educated, okay? The most educated. So I'm expecting for you to employ that education. Is that too much to ask? Huh? Patty laughing, and thank you, Patty, for joining the Patreon at the maximum benefit on there, and I'm truly honored. Thank you for that, Patty. I'm expecting you at some point to employ this knowledge, this education. At what point do you outsmart the thug? Why can't you outsmart a thug? We have a hashtag that says stupid is as stupid thugs. Stupid is as stupid thugs. This dude is stupid. He's not very smart. He's not very bright. I can guarantee you that this dude probably only has a middle school education. He just got that look in his eye to just say, you know what, I got into 8th grade and looked at algebra and I just said, screw life. He just got that look in his eyes, right? But as ladies who just feel like, you know what, this is the best that I can do. No, there's always better that you can do. But what you have to do as women, and most of the responsible women in my chat understand this. They understand how simple men are, and you just have to set yourself up for the man that you want. And that takes work, that takes dedication, it takes responsibility. Work, dedication, responsibility in order to attract the man that you want and a suitable man for your children. If you're going to have that man inside your household, the least you need to do is invest in a background check. Don't tell me that these free sites aren't working for background checks, because if they're not, then if they charge you, pay for it. Because your kids just paid for it. He almost shot all of your kids. And the most innocent one, the smallest one, that beautiful, smiling little girl who really does. She looks just like a mirror image of her mama. She really does. That's a cute little button baby. Cute as a button. Why did that baby die? Why did that baby have to die because mama wanted some thug dick? Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. And all I'm saying is that we have to be more responsible when we have children. You can't act like a single woman. And if you like thugs, then you need to not have children. If you like thugs that much, then give the custody of the children to the biological fathers. Give them a chance. Because it seems like these kids will stand a better chance if you want to go get you some thug D. Huh? They stand a better chance in the biological father's hands rather than a man who has all of this bullcrap on his record for drugs and guns, and you had out around your kids and you think that's conducive to a lifestyle that's going to be good for your kids to grow up and become something great when it's not. It cost one of your kids their life, and it cost you your life, mom. You have 2 to 3 more kids left. And all I can do is pray for those innocent souls who were able to survive this. I hope that they can heal emotionally and physically from this. And I hope that they can take this story and don't be angry about it. Don't be so sad about it. You will have your grieving moment. But at some point, I just hope that they can use this as a cautionary tale to make sure that we do not fall down those same traps. Mess with those same thugs. Make those same bad decisions. We need to be thinking about a future, a foundation, rather than just thinking about an orgasm. But maybe that's too much to ask. Rest in peace to those souls, to the mom and that beautiful 6-year-old daughter, little girl. May those souls rest in peace. To her other kids, like I said, man, I hope you guys can grow up and just really get past this. For this man right here, I don't think he needs jail time. I think he needs hell time. Send his ass straight to hell. He don't need jail. Just end him swiftly and get it over with. This is your boy DJ Just J. That's why we're the AFC, because we put the children first. So remember that. If you get in your feelings, it's probably because you didn't put the kids first. All right? But thank you guys for your support. We are coming back with one more story. We still have one more story to go. So if you guys would, we got 913 people here. If y'all would, click that thumbs up. Let's see if we can get 50 more people to click that thumbs up, if we can. Because I got one more story. Actually, if y'all will click that thumbs up, I might do a couple more for you, because I actually have some short stories if you guys want me to talk about them. So let me move this over here. And let's talk about this wild ass story right here. Man. Hashtag mom's boyfriend. Gets him every time, don't it? Hashtag TTT. Hashtag TTO. If y'all don't know what that means, then you might need to ask somebody in the chat what that actually means. Let's talk about this. Damn it, man. Let's see. Did this one. Boyfriend. Did this one. I think I want to use this one. Oh, my goodness. Texas takes another L. Can y'all get y'all L's out? Can y'all put some L's in the chat? For my state of Texas, because Texas takes another L, man. I'm getting so sick of Texas failing me. Oh, Texas. How art loved thee. I love Texas, but damn it. Texas takes another L. A Texas man who's 24 years old kicked down an apartment door to an ex-girlfriend's home, kicked her apartment door in, shot the mom dead. The mom, shot the mother of 5 dead as she lay in bed with her 4-year-old daughter. Are y'all ready to hear this story? Woo! Yes, that chick that you see got 5 kids with that mannequin painted face on her. Her face looks like plastic. It don't even look real. Let me give a shout out, Diane Weeb. Diane, you've been donating all week long, man. I got to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Shout out to you, Diane Weed. Sent in a $25 super chat. Said, love the AFC. Diane Weed, it is an absolute honor, and I appreciate you as well. So thank you very much. Let's see here. Wow, damn, we got a couple more. Can I read these donations? I got a couple I got to read if y'all don't mind. If y'all could just take a moment and let me read this. Dre the Dream, if you're listening, bro, I wanted to say thank you. I got your Cash App. This one comes in. Where is Deborah? Is Deborah in the chat? There's Deborah. Deborah, I must bless you with the, I'm going to call it I don't know what I'm going to call it. Let me just say thank you, Deborah. Not be cute with it. Said, haven't caught a live show in a while. Keep doing your work for the children. We need you to do this work. And that is from Deborah Felker in the chat. And Deborah, I think I gave you a moderator wrench. Let me make sure. Yes, I did. So the next time you chat, you should see that your name is blue now. And all that is just a symbol of my appreciation. You don't have to block or time out anybody at all. If somebody says something disrespectful, I will catch it. Or y'all can just tag my name. Let me know. I'll see it. Other than that, just take it as me just saying thank you. It's just a token of my appreciation. Long time no see, everyone. Black Beauty. Very, very nice picture. I see you there. Thank you very much. And thank you for your $2 super chat, by the way. So appreciate that. Want to say hi to you too. All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start this particular stream off with hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Hashtag stupid is as stupid thugs. Hashtag live by the thug, die by the thug. There's a reason that I'm using all of these hashtags. And I'm going to explain this particular story because Texas takes another L. Or is it like this? I don't know which one it is. It's one or the other. But Texas takes another L. And we're going to talk about this. Let me give a shout out real quick. Miss June Bennett, I see you in the building. Thank you so much. So shout out to you. The dude that you see on my screen has a name. I don't know where this dude got his name from, but it is very hard to pronounce. His name is Cedgadrick Harris. Cedgadrick. Y'all not going to even believe me unless I show you. I know it's going to lag, but let me show y'all this name real quick. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all this dude's name. Let me close this out real quick. Y'all take a look at this. Let me break out my trusty whiteboard real quick so we can look at this together. Da, 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 da. His name is right there. Cedgadrick. Cedgadrick. Cedgadrick? Cedric? That is not Cedric. Come on, y'all playing with me. That's supposed to be Cedric? Oh my Lord. Why do we always have to be so damn unique when it comes to just naming our children? Why can't we just name our children something normal? Damn. A Texas man has been arrested and charged with capital murder after allegedly storming into his ex-girlfriend's apartment by kicking her door down and shooting her dead as she lay in bed with her 4-year-old daughter. The woman's name, let me see if I can get her face up on the screen. This young lady was 28-year-old Kimberly Robinson, and she is a mother of 5 out of Houston, Texas. She is a mother of 5. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 at 28 years old. But I guess I'm not supposed to think anything of that. I guess that's just supposed to be normal, the fact that we have all of these kids and no stability. I guess that's just okay. But let me move past that. Out of Houston, Texas, and she was killed in the July 17th shooting. Her youngest daughter, by the name of Harmony, suffered injuries after being struck by shrapnel from that gun. 5 kids. Robinson's four other children, all under the age of 12, were downstairs at the time of the domestic attack. The victim's ex-boyfriend, let me get his face up on the screen. Let's see. Right here. That is Cedgadrick, whatever his name is. This is a stupid name, and whoever his mama is stupid for naming him that. Spelling his name that way. Cedgadrick Harris, who was 24 years old, and he turned himself in to the Houston police on Monday. Now, according to investigators, the incident began unfolding at 4:20 a.m. last Friday when Harris kicked in the front door to Robinson's apartment in the 1800 block of Barker Cypress Road. Harris allegedly entered the woman's bedroom and fired at least 6 shots, killing Robinson. Her daughter, Harmony, who was in bed with her mother, suffered graze wounds to her jaw and shoulder and was taken to Texas Children's Hospital for treatment, but she is expected to recover. So that's a blessing in this very tragic story. Robinson's 4 older children were unharmed. That's also another blessing, because this could have went really, really worse. One of them, a 10-year-old girl, called family members for help after the shooting. Houston Police Sergeant Michael Casso told the news that Robinson had reported at least one domestic violence incident involving her ex-boyfriend to the police a month ago when he allegedly attacked her. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Hashtag live by the thug, die by the thug. Hashtag stupid is as stupid thugs. We just ain't gonna learn. So she reported a domestic violence incident, but it sounds like they continue. I don't know if they were on or off, if she broke up with him, nor does it matter. Like I said, I mean, he's just a horrible individual. She should have never been with the dude. But then again, she got 5 kids. I can't say how solid she is in her choices of men, especially having 5 kids, knowing that those kids probably have different dads. Okay? Janet Robinson, who is Kim's mom, told the news that about a month and a half ago, her daughter had decided she was not going to reconcile with the thug, Harris. I'm not going back to him. I'm not going back to this situation, the mother said Kim told her. I think it's time he really knew she meant it. So that means that she had probably threatened to leave before and didn't. Just put that in your mental brain. We'll come back to it. Court records indicate that Kimberly had gotten a protective order against Harris in November of 2019. Let me say that again. She got a protective order against her boyfriend in 2019. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that? How is it that nobody wants to hold any woman responsible for saying you felt like your life was in danger, so you went and got a protective order against this man because you felt like your life was in danger, but then you get back with him and you keep teasing him, getting back with him, breaking up, getting back with him, breaking up, playing with this thug's emotions, which is a very, very dangerous thing to do. She said, when I think about it, she had to have been living in constant fear and she didn't want us to know. Wow. Wow. What a wonderful built-in excuse. She was living in fear. She didn't have no control, just like she didn't have no control over her having 5 kids outside of wedlock. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. I guess they just don't have no control over nothing. They're just the victim always. Perpetual victims. Here we go. Let's get it.
A 3-shot burst of pop, pop, pop. And I thought maybe, well, somebody was shooting firecracker. And then I heard it again.
You just heard from a witness who didn't want to show his face. He says he recognized the person who did this and knows the family. The shooting happened just before 4:30 this morning. Police say whoever did this busted down the front door to get in and then went up to a second floor where they busted down a locked door where that woman was. That's when they say the woman was shot multiple times. Her 4-year-old daughter, who was also in the room, was injured from shrapnel from the shooting. 4 other children were home at the time. A 10-year-old child called for help after the shooting happened. Police and neighbors both telling ABC 13 there's been a history of domestic violence here.
There is and I want y'all to mark his words. He said there is a history of domestic violence. Matter of fact, for the people who are listening, we just crossed over 1,000 people watching. If y'all feel bad for all of these kids who are getting killed and murdered, if y'all would, please click that thumbs up. Help share this stream and let other people know that we're live. If y'all would, just please click that thumbs up. It's very easy to do and it doesn't take very long. Click that thumbs up. Let's keep going.
I was just praying that she was okay, you know, hopefully nothing bad happened to her or the kids. That's all I was hoping, but I knew somebody got hurt.
This is my second probably domestic violence, related homicide in the last couple weeks. Naturally, when you get people together, quarantined together for a long period of time, sometimes tempers flare. I don't know, he's been out of this apartment. My understanding, the possible suspect has been out of the apartment for, possible months, so I can't say.
Here's the next video.
Say a mother of 5 was shot and killed in her West Houston home by her ex-boyfriend. Her 4-year-old daughter was grazed by a bullet. Now Kimberly Johnson's family is urging anyone struggling with domestic violence to get help. Stephanie Whitfield has the family's emotional message.
5 children are now living without their mother. Kimberly Johnson's family says her death could have been prevented.
I mean, it's like a nightmare. It's like a dream that I keep asking somebody to wake me up.
Police say someone kicked in the door and shot the 28-year-old in her bed early Friday morning. Her 4-year-old daughter, Harmony, was lying next to her. A bullet grazed her jaw and shoulder. As soon as she got the call, Robinson's mom says she knew who killed her daughter. Police say it was her ex-boyfriend, Cedgadrick Harris, who had been charged with assaulting her before.
In the last
So, he's assaulted her before, huh? Y'all heard that, right? So she's been through this and got back with him. Just wanted to notate that.
Police say it was her ex-boyfriend, Cedgadrick Harris, who had been charged with assaulting her before.
In the last month and a half is when she really put her foot down. Like, I'm not going back to him. I'm not going back to that situation. You know what I'm saying? So I think this time he knew she really meant it.
Court records show Robinson had gotten a protective order against Harris in November. Police were called out again after he violently attacked her last month. Her mom just wishes Robinson had asked for help.
But I want girls to know you have to tell somebody, because she had to, when I think about it, she had to have been living in constant fear, and she just didn't want us to know.
Now Harris is charged with capital murder, and Robinson's family is forced to cope with an unimaginable loss.
Those are some beautiful little kids, by the way. Beautiful little kids.
Stephanie Whitfield, KHOU 11 News.
If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, you can always reach out to the national hotline. That number is there on your screen right now. You can also chat online at thehotline.org. We'll be sure to continue to follow this story and bring you in.
Here's the last video.
Just a tragedy here at this apartment complex. Right now, police don't have a suspect, but they do say they want to talk to the ex-boyfriend of the woman who was shot and killed. You can see police out here, crime scene tape around where this shooting happened at this apartment complex, where that woman was shot and killed, and her 4-year-old was also injured.
I heard a 3-shot burst, pop, pop, pop. And I thought maybe, well, somebody was shooting firecracker. Then I heard it again.
You just heard from a witness who didn't want to show his face. He says he recognized the person who did this and knows the family. The shooting happened just before 4:30 this morning. Police say whoever did this busted down the front door to get in and then went up to a second floor where they busted down a locked door where that woman was. That's when they say the woman was shot multiple times. Her 4-year-old daughter, who was also in the room, was injured from shrapnel from the shooting. 4 other children were home at the time. A 10-year-old child called for help after the shooting happened. Police and neighbors both telling ABC 13 there's been a history of domestic violence here.
I was just praying that she was okay, you know, hopefully nothing bad happened to her or the kids. That's what I was hoping, but I knew somebody got hurt.
This is my second probably domestic violence, related homicide in the last couple weeks. Naturally, when you get people together, quarantined together for a long period of time, sometimes tempers flare. I don't know, he's been out of this apartment. My understanding, the possible suspect has been out of the apartment for, possible months, so I can't say.
If there's any good news in this, the 4-year-old who was injured is expected to be okay. As for those other 4 children that were inside at the time of the shooting, police tell us they are now with family. But again, no suspects yet in this case, but police do want to talk to that ex-boyfriend.
Okay, let me see. Steph asked, what if he was just stupid and stalked her? Well, that's possible even if you don't get with a man, if a man just decides to attach himself to you. But it makes it a little bit worse, in my opinion, when you choose that man and allow him to be around your kids. That's just bad judgment. That's horrible judgment. 28 years old with 5 kids. That's not solid. There's no reason to do that. 28 with 5 kids. Guys, I'm telling y'all, I tell y'all this story all the time, and shout out to my daughter. I had trouble just raising my daughter, and we had a lot of help between her mom, her mom's mom, my dad, family members, cousins, all of us. And it was still challenging to raise my daughter, and that's just one kid. And I was a man when I had my daughter at 24 years old. I had a job, I was working, I had insurance, I had a lot of good things going. Like, I felt like I was suitable to be a parent at that time. And I can't understand how a person can turn around and have 4 times as many kids as what I had. How do you raise that many kids? What the hell do you do for a living? Matter of fact, let me tell y'all this. I know there's a lot of people that are married out there, good married couples, probably making $100, $200, $300, $400, maybe even $1 million a year. I know people who make $1 million a year that find it challenging to raise that many kids, to pay for that many kids. How about this? Y'all know how I talk about life insurance. So if you can't afford life insurance for one kid, why would you have kid number 2, kid number 3, kid number 4, kid number 5? And now you have 6 individuals with no life insurance. Where is the logic in that? I'm not trying to be overly disrespectful because I know that the parents and everybody is grieving, especially in Houston. Houston has suffered a lot of losses. Malia Bass, Malia Davis, all kinds of kids are just bad things that happen to a lot of kids out there in Houston. It just seems like, I don't know. We got too many stories coming out of Houston, but way too many stories coming out of Texas. I live in Texas, and I get tired of talking about Texas. Like, I feel like we're better than this. And I don't understand why we continue to keep presenting this same exact narrative. Mom's boyfriend. Not everyone thinks like you. I know I didn't. And it's okay to not think like me. But you also have to remember that that's why we're starting to grow a community here, which is the AFC. We're growing a family here. We're hoping to grow together, and we're hoping to change minds together. Not everybody thinks like us, but that's why we're having these discussions, because they are that important. If you cannot afford life insurance, you should not be a parent. Can somebody repeat that in the chat? If you cannot afford to pay for life insurance, you cannot afford to be a parent, because there's 2 guarantees in life. You will be born and you will die, and somebody's going to have to bury you. Matter of fact, I have a suggestion. Matter of fact, I think I need to hit the record button. No, I ain't going to hit the record button because that's going to piss people off. But let me say this. I had somebody make a suggestion while we were offline, and I thought it was a good suggestion, because this would actually address all of the people that continue to keep opening up these GoFundMe accounts, because I'm pretty sure that young lady who's 28 years old, got 5 kids, ain't got life insurance on her. What do you want to bet? What do y'all want to bet that sooner or later there's going to be a GoFundMe open up? Does anybody want to bet on that? Family and friends or some person is going to open up a GoFundMe on that woman's behalf to have some elaborate funeral that otherwise they would never be able to have. And here's what I say. Beggars can't be choosers. And let me explain what I mean by beggars can't be choosers. From what I understand, it is a lot cheaper to have a memorial service and to cremate a person's body. Put them in an urn. It's cheaper to do that rather than go through the whole picking out a casket, digging a hole, and putting them in the ground. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. It is cheaper to cremate a person. The reason I bring that up is because why, if a person didn't feel like, why should people be allowed to open up GoFundMes for $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, $500,000 on a dead person? To give them this awesome going to heaven type of deal. To give them this awesome celebration when we wouldn't give them this type of awesome celebration while they were alive on this earth. Oops. Am I wrong for saying that? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being real honest. Why do we give people more flowers when they're dead than when they're alive, when they can smell them and appreciate them? Does that make any sense? Am I making sense to y'all? I'm sure that the people who are dead, if they were alive, they would be like, give me my flowers while I'm alive. Why give me all these flowers when I'm dead? Can't do anything with them. We treat people so freaking well when they're dead. And I don't understand that. When we've got these children that need us. Yes? We got these children that need us. They need food. They need education. They need shelter. They need love. They need attention. They need respect. Huh? These children need all of that. And I don't understand why we're just like, you know what? If they just get by, they just get by. If they survive, then they survive. But if they die, all of a sudden now they need the best. They need the most elaborate. They need the best celebration ever. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Good to see you hitting the Miss Matisse. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. I might be just running my mouth. Maybe some of y'all don't understand where I'm coming from. But let me say this. Regardless of whether this woman played with this man's heart or not, regardless of whether, you know, he feels like she did him wrong, regardless of any of that, as men, we have to do better. If none of those 5 kids belong to this man, he had absolutely no reason to continue to pursue this woman. This young girl, she's not a girl. She's a woman. 28 years old, 5 kids. If none of those kids are his, and she said, I'm done. After the first time she said she was done, you should have up and got your lazy thug ass up and left. When they talk about be a man, act like a man, step up, that's what they're talking about. Realize when you're not wanted and accept it. Rejection is a bitch. It sucks. It don't feel good. But you got to deal with it. As men, we pursue women. If they don't want us, we have to accept rejection. That's just the nature of the way that the world has always worked. We ask for them. They have to choose us. If they don't want us, you move the fuck on. It's just that simple. To sit there and take that woman's life, bruh, that's some pussy shit, and I can't respect that. Never. Not now, not ever, for any reason. For that, he don't need jail. He needs to go straight to hell. Because maybe this mother would have did perfectly fine with her 5 kids by herself, and maybe those kids would have thrived. But you know what this man did? He robbed her of the opportunity to make sure that her children could grow up and become something great. And that's not right. And that man needs to suffer for that. And I hope they throw the book at his ass. And matter of fact, I'm also thankful the fact that these children were able to live through this, that they'll get an opportunity to use this as a cautionary tale. And hopefully, and I pray that somebody will just continue to keep boosting these kids up and just give them an opportunity to just live and be safe. Don't put them around any more danger. Don't have them around any more dangerous neighborhoods. Don't have them around any more dangerous boyfriends. This was a bad choice for mom. That dude is a thug. He didn't give a crap about nothing. He didn't give a damn about himself. And when you date thugs, you date death. And I'm going to continue to keep saying that until we start to see the change shift and women start to make a better decision. I want to wish an RIP to that 28-year-old woman, that 28-year-old mother. And I want to give my condolences to her kids. And I promise you, those kids with those bright, beautiful smiles, I believe they can grow up and become anything that they want to be. And I believe that those children, put the children first. I believe that those children deserve every opportunity to grow up and become something great. That's all I got to say about this story. This is your boy DJ Just J. That's why we're the AFC, because we believe babies' lives matter. We have to start putting our children first before anything. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We will give more commentary. This is not a news station. You are here to hear my commentary and my thoughts about these stories, okay? From my heart to yours, I love you guys. Thank you guys for listening with an open mind and an open heart. Let me ask you guys a question real quick for the people who are still here. We got 1,000 people here, which is dope. If y'all would, please click the thumbs up. We're at 548 thumbs up. I would love to see us get to 700 thumbs up. I think it's pretty easy to do it. If y'all just look down, click that thumbs up. Thank you to everybody who's already done it. If you want to donate, that'd be awesome as well. Let me say thank you to Elizabeth for your donation in the PayPal. I'm going to run these commercials real quick, but we're not done. We are not done, guys. I got at least one more video I want to show y'all, if I can do that real quick. I want to show y'all a video real quick. So there's going to be a little bit of extra content that we'll upload because I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on something that I saw. And maybe y'all can tell me what you think about this. But real quick, let me run these ads real quick. Real quick.
Nora's Authentic Designer has some of the most glamorous and stylish handbags your girl has ever seen. So ladies, if you want to get fly, and fellas, if you want to take care of your lady, please be sure to go to www.noras915.com. www.noras915.com. That's right, www.noras915.com.
Hello listeners, come mask up with Keyline Designs, where you reap what we sow. We offer essential handcrafted face masks made with 100% cotton, equipped with a built-in filter and a slot for refillable filters. Our masks have many uses like riding motorcycles, ATVs, while out in public places, outside exercising, lawn and gardening, and helps prevent the spread of germs. We offer bling, sports logos, monograms, many assorted fabrics and colors. We make child-sized masks starting at the age of 2. Come join us today for the launch of our new website at keylinedesigns.com. Please be sure to like and follow our page on Facebook. Our links can be found in the description box of this video. Thank you.
Hold on, Keyshawn. I'm going to catch that question here in a moment. Some black women do that, not all. You got to be told not all. Something wrong with you. I just believe that smart people don't have to be told it ain't all. Kaiser said, I have some gifts for you. Shout out and God bless. Hey, what's up, Kaiser Sosa? Good to see you in the chat. And good to see all of you guys. I want to show y'all a quick video real quick. I know that's, what do they call that? Redundant.